All right, what's up, everybody? Christopher Leon Johnson here. So I'm doing this video, 15% on my phone left, working out Empire. It's almost 10 o'clock. I had to go to the bank and get my account back to positive. You know how that goes. Banks are really, really dirty. Like if you go over your amount and let's say overdraft shit on your account, right? So let's say I think they got stupid at years ago, but they still find their little dirty tricks of when if you make a $3 you make a $3 overcharge and then you make a $5 overcharge. What they will do is they will do the $5 overcharge first and then do the $3 after, and then it's like you pay the overdraft fee. It's fucking crazy. But so I had to get that done. That's one thing you have to understand, is that the banks don't give a fuck. The banks don't play. And it's part of financial responsibility and financial health. I'm working on it. But what's up, boy? What's up, man? What's up? Pizza spot, one of my favorite pizza spots. They closed. I'm getting White Castle. All right, so what's happening? I want to make this video because I know it's 23 days left into the race. 23 days left into the mayoral race. It's a big race. That's the only race I'm really obligated on right now, because you got to stand that in the past 3.5 years of this mayoral administration of Eric Leroy Adams, that if you've been following it since January 1st, 2022, you saw the damage that this mayor, Eric Leroy Adams, has done to the city of New York on behalf of special interest, major donors, and corrupt nonprofit groups. And people woke up to it. A lot of people that are insiders, journalists, and people that's really in the know knows that Eric is a real failure of an elected official, a failure of a mayor, and the indictment he had. So the cops here, kind of crazy, but the indictment that this man, the cops out there, the indictment, I think they have a crash. I think it's a crash. Oh. The indictment that the man has gotten because of the deal with the turkey, and the fact that he sold his soul and the city soul to Donald Trump, who really is unpopular in the city, really sealed his fate as the mayor. The truth is that Eric is out as mayor. He is done as mayor of New York City. So everybody know the mayoral lineup is Mamdani, Adriana Deal Adams, Myrie, Tilson, Stringer, Ramos, Blake, Paperboy Prince, Selma, Bartholomew, and Cuomo, and Lander. So people want to ask me how I feel about Zohran Mamdani, because I'm supporting Cuomo, but people want to know what I feel about Zohran Mamdani, right? What I feel about Zohran Mamdani. What's my feel about the guy, right? What's my feel about Zohran Mamdani, right? What you feel about him is, let me get my opinion right now. And I said many times, look, I say public right now on June 1st, 2025, happy Pride Month. I wore my pride shoe, wore my gay shoes, like LGBT shoes, to show my solidarity. And I didn't go to the parades because my press badge, no point going on. I want to be a spectator. I want to be in the know. 10 o'clock right now. It's 10 o'clock on the dot. And so what's happened, so this is my opinion about Zohran Mamdani, right? This is my opinion, right? This is my opinion and my feeling about the guy. Look, I think that Zohran Mamdani is a good girl. He's a good guy. I think he's a good-hearted person. He's a great-hearted person that really want to serve. I believe that between him and Cuomo, those two men are the only ones that want to serve the city. I think that Zohran really want to serve the city like he really serves his district. If you know about his district is one of the most safest districts in Queens. Let's keep it real. In the whole state. One of the most safest districts in the Queens delegation. And I met the guy many times, way before he ran for mayor. And every time I spoke to him, he was respectful to me. He gave me the time of day. He listens to what I had to say. He wasn't arrogant. He wasn't stuck up. He wasn't none of that type of stuff. So I will never bury that man in a way like Myrie, because he never gave me time of day. Ramos did. Myrie never did. Stringer did. Lander, he's depends on the situation. Adams, piece of shit. Blake, I never met the guy, so I can never judge Blake. And Bartholomew, I saw one time. I didn't even want to engage with her because I never took it seriously. And Paperboy Prince, I think he's up with the comedic relief candidate in the mayoral's race, is to really like shake things up a bit, to give that funny side, give that like more like humorous side to the election. Like you need that sometimes in politics. You need a more like humorous person, like a comedic relief. That's why he got on the. I think that was planned by the elites. Like put this guy on the ballot because it gives more comedic relief, more like a protest candidate for the race. He's not going to win, but he's more a protest candidate. Let's keep that real. And I think I think he's kind of a good guy, but he's really weird in certain ways. But I like that he's a good person. I think he's a good, hard person. But Mamdani, let me give my opinion about this guy, right? Like I said, I think that Zohran is a great-hearted man. I think he's a great-hearted man. He really means well. He has a lot of potential as a 33-year-old elected official who's active state assembly member. He has great intentions. He's a great-hearted individual. He means well, but at the same time that his policies are really unrealistic, and he's being led by people that if they ever went into the right pockets of the city, they'll be laughed out the door. They'll be laughed out of the buildings. And I believe in freezing the rent. I believe in New York for all. I believe in a lot of progressive values. But at the same time, the one thing that I take away from him, and it's the one thing I take away from him, is nothing to do with Hamas and Israel. You know, I support Israel, but at the same time that Israel should not be doing things because of so-called anti-Semitism and weaponizing the Holocaust to do a lot of outrageous things to the Palestinians. They shouldn't be doing that shit. That's my opinion. I say that publicly. But let me keep this real, right? The one thing I don't agree with Zohran Mamdani, and I'll make this clear and I'll say it publicly, is that, you gotta be careful, these fucking streets are dangerous. I don't agree with the guy publicly. I'm gonna get some fucking sliders, some White Castle. That I don't agree with him, and I'll make this clear, is the city-owned grocery stores. City-owned grocery stores, I don't agree with him on it, and that's the one thing I don't really agree with him on. Like, it's city-owned grocery stores, and I'm gonna explain why. Because look, he will say, and his people will say that there's a hunger crisis in the city. Let me make this clear. I'm gonna make it clear. I'm gonna be transparent right now, right? There's a hunger crisis in the city of New York, and there's a housing crisis in the city of New York, right? Both of them are crises, so we have a shortage of both. What I say about the housing crisis is this, right? And I made as many comments, right? You can never solve the housing crisis by putting, like, taking out, let's say, this church in the corner, right? You see St. Anthony Baptist Church. We're in the 58th State Assembly District, the 41st City Council. We're in the 58. We're like right. This is like right now. We're in Monique Shannon Waterman's district. They completely changed the maps, right? Like another time, like you see that halal grill right there. I think you see it up there. There's a halal grill. Where I think you see a halal grill where it says One Caribbean. Right after the grill. This is the 58th. This is the 58th State Assembly District. A little bit up, it's the 55th. But there's still the 41st South Carolina. Let's say, okay, so you can never fix the housing crisis by tearing this spot down and erecting a 40-story building that majority of them are luxury housing, and the minimum amount of affordable housing units are 40% AMI. You can never do that. Now, when it comes to the hunger crisis, you can never say to fix the housing crisis by knocking shit like, yeah, this shouldn't even go. Like, the Q Smart has to go. Right? I don't like that shit. It's fucking this. It's just a slap. It's just a fucking exploit homelessness. Right? Take this down, build housing, but you gotta make it real affordable housing. 100% affordable. That's my opinion. Right? Make it 100% affordable. Make it 100% affordable. Right? Make it 100% affordable. Now, when it comes to the hunger crisis, let me make this clear. The way you can solve the hunger crisis is by supplying the constituents with real food. Let me give you guys like the tip, right? This is a tip of eating food, right? You are more full when you go to, let's say I'm a burger guy, like White Castle, right? I'm eating this shit, but it's bullshit, right? I'm eating this shit right now, but it's bullshit. To get me full, I have to eat 12 of these slides. I'm gonna buy 12 slides right now on camera. You got about 12 slides. I have to eat 12 slides to be full. Versus if I go to IHOP and eat one burger with fries and all that shit, I'll be fucking full. So when you give real food, like realistic food, like real Angus beef, like real food, like real solid food, like that's not GMO processed like this shit is, and the KFC and the Atomic Wings, right? All GMO processed foods. You will satisfy the hunger crisis more. You will fix the hunger crisis because people will be more full with less rations. With the less rations, you give people real food or less ration, they'll be more full with lesser ration of real food than large portions of processed food. Let's keep that real. Now the problem with a city-owned grocery store is that, look, grocery stores don't make the profits that people think it makes. It does make the profit. I think the profit's at negative 3%. That's a net margin profits. It's fucking disgusting. The profits are really horrible. Right? The profits are really horrible. Not only that, Zohran is trying to say that, well, people could take EBT and SNAP and WIC and all that type of shit like that, and OTC, right? I'm not against that. I am not against that shit. But the problem is that, look, the only way people gonna be able to save, to save a lot of, like, the buy the food that's gonna really maximize their EBT payout a month or per cycle in a month, because some people get like half, like certain amount one time and the next time same month, is that they have to buy as much cheap food as possible. Now, if you go to any grocery store in the ghetto, those foods are not that good. Even the fucking fruits aren't that good. The fruits are fucking horrible. 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 The fruits are horrible. The fruits are horrible. All the foods are horrible. Even the fruits are horrible. All the foods are horrible. And like the food that you will see in city-owned grocery stores aren't gonna be that good because there's no real plan of putting real healthy foods into those stores. Not only there's no plan of really putting real foods into those city-owned grocery stores, which everybody know, if you don't have no plan to put real healthy foods into the grocery stores, what's going to happen is you're going to have another fucking Key Food or another fucking C-Town or another motherfucking Associated or NSA, which everybody know those stores sell shitty-ass food, not like Grizzardi's. So like you go to NSA, Key Food, Food Town, not Food Town, Key Food, NSA, like, they sell shitty food. Everybody knows they sell shitty fucking food. Foods are fucking horrible, fucking disgusting, and fucking expensive. Not only there's no real execution of real plan and execution by the Mamdani campaign to really execute healthy foods installation into these stores. The people they're going to hire into these stores are going to mostly be people that's going to be part of the union. Now, I'm going to make this clear, right? I used to be part of 3rd BJ as a shop steward for like 4 years, from 2017 to 2021. And I saw a lot of fuck shit in my union, 3rd BJ, where like you had like shitty fucking members still keep their job while doing the most fucked up things on the job and nothing ever happens. Now, My problem, and like I said, I tell Zohran, I say, look, here's the thing, right? You want a city-owned grocery store, you gotta fucking put rules, the right amount of rules to the employees and the supervisors and everybody under the food chain to where like, yo, you fuck up, you get fired. You treat people like shit. You treat people like shit. You treat people like shit. You treat people like shit, you get fired. You treat people like shit, you get fired. Because I know what's gonna happen is, look, what's gonna happen is if it's a city-owned store, city-owned, what's gonna happen is who you think the member's gonna be? DC 37. The one of the most powerful unions in the whole fucking city. And this is what's gonna happen, right? Not only the stores gonna be ran and operated by shitty people that should never be employed, that should never be members of the union. They're gonna give you shitty service. It's gonna be possible to fucking fire them. The rates of those foods that you could buy at NSA and all those type of other stores will be higher than those stores because it's city owned, because they gotta pay everybody off these outrageous salaries, these undeserved salaries, and it's just gonna be a disaster. And the one thing is that's the one thing I disagree with Zohran Mamdani. It's like a lot of things he say is I get it, right? You want free buses, right? Let me keep it real, right? Look, I like the concept of free buses, but fuck the MTA. Fuck the MTA if they're against that shit, because look, the MTA are, let me keep up with MTA, right? The MTA is nothing but some greedy motherfuckers, real greedy people that only care about their bottom line, that's it. Like, you gotta stand like, why the hell the MTA, like, they put these rules to where it's like when you speak at their public hearings and like public comment, and one thing they do right is that they let everybody speak first before they start, right? But the thing is that, the funny thing about it is that, look, you can't even, like, the way you be, it's like life, right? The way, it's like life, right? It's like life, right? Let's say if a person stink, right? You love them, you're gonna tell them to take a shower, right? The MTA doesn't allow that. When you know somebody on that board stink, and you tell them to take a shower, they will call it offensive. Like, all right, something like that. They will, like, let me say, if you tell them to take a shower, or you let them tell us like, look, change your clothes, right, or change your shoes, or change your life around. To tell MTA board member that at a public hearing, they will call it offensive speech, cut your mic off, have the MTA police yoke you out the building, escort you out the building like you fucking threaten to bomb the school, bomb the store. I said the word bomb, and then they will prevent you from speaking ever again. So the one thing I'll say is like, look, you got people that getting all upset about free buses. Well, he's saying about free buses, but wait a minute, you're defending a organization that doesn't give a fuck about you, that doesn't care about what you think, that only listens to the Riders Alliance, which is real hilarious because the Riders Alliance wants free buses, they want 6-minute subways, they want the NYPD to not enforce fare beating and fare evasion. You're listening to an entity that doesn't give a fuck about what you have to say when it's your time to say something, that don't want to stand next to you guys, that doesn't give you guys the time of day, and they're quick to ban anybody that talks against them. Even if it's constructive criticism, they want to fucking ban you for giving out constructive criticism. That's crazy. That's like why I'm gonna get mad about like when Zohran pushes free buses? I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to defend Tim Minton and Jano Lieber and all those bozos at the MTA that gave congested pricing to us and shit like that. That just gave congested price where if I don't drive, but I hang out with a lot of people that drive in a lot of places, and if they go into the city, they paying $9 fucking. And if you got a bigger fucking car like a van or a truck, you're paying about $14 to $23, little like $14 to $23 if you get in the city with a van or a truck, right? Now what's going on? Now what happens is like I'm not gonna disparage Mamdani because he's saying free buses to go hard to defend a fucking entity like the MTA that don't give a fuck about me, that don't care if I get shot on a fucking MTA bus or shot on an MTA train or raped or fucking stabbed or robbed. They don't give a fuck. They don't ride it like I ride it. I don't ride with no fucking security detail, NYPD security detail, or MTA police security detail, or anything like that. Janet Lieber and Richard Davey, not Janet Lieber and Demetrius Churchlow, and what's his fucking name, John McCarthy, and the board, the people that's on the board, and all those fucking fools like Tim Minton, they have security detail. They get to ride for free. They get a security detail. They get to ride for free. They give the fucking people at the fucking stations the fucking heads up, like, oh, they're coming. What happens with the MTA is like, look, let's say like, yo, Janet Lieber's gonna take the train, right? I saw him one time with his wife with no security, but I think because it was like nobody knew. But if this was like a pre-planned ride, like Janet Lieber and all the people in MTA, what they will do is that, like the bus is right here. What they will do is they will put the Eagle team here, Empire, Utica, Winthrop, and Church. They will kick all the dollar cabs out of here. They'll kick all the $2 cabs, $3 cabs out, and they will know the time that he's coming, and they come in their SUVs, and then it'll be a smooth ride coming down here. It's all pre-planned and fake. But when they're on the train, it's really different. They know the stations they're going to enter and leave. So what they do is they will have the MTA mobile wash unit come out, deep scrub the station, get all the dirt, get all the mold, get all that shit up the station, deep scrub the station floors, and kick all the vagrants out, kick all the homeless, anybody that's not on it, like, yo, they kick everybody out. If you don't get, they're gonna kick you out. So let these guys run the train. So they don't live like how I live. They don't live how the majority of us live. So why am I fucking get mad about Zohran Mamdani about the fucking MTA? Fuck that. And like I said about the Israel thing, power, that look, me tell you, I support Israel. Like I said, at the same time that people that support Israel shouldn't be weaponizing the Holocaust. And the Holocaust is so-called anti-Semitism because just to justify killing innocent people. That's my opinion. So I'm not gonna go crazy up this guy about that shit. And don't say that, well, Chris, I'm far from anti-Semitic. Far from anti-Semitic. First off, I'm the main guy. I'm one of the main people that spoke out for Andrew Hatred Day. Facts. I'm the main guy that fucking got at Yusuf Salaam for fucking being a piece of shit. I support Israel. But I'm not here supporting no fuck shit. On behalf of Israel. So let's keep that real. So at the end of the day, that's my opinion about Zohran Mamdani. I agree with him with a lot of things, but I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him with the $2 with the city-owned grocery stores. I don't agree with the city-owned grocery store. And one more thing about the city of yes, right? About housing, right? I'm gonna go to sleep thing right now. Look, like I said, there's a housing crisis here. Like I said, look, you can't knock this down. And the way you're gonna solve this housing crisis, look, about to get rid of this shit right here, the auto group, turn this shit into a fucking a luxury building, like 80-story luxury high tower where it's gonna destroy the air rights around here. Gonna fuck up the air rights, fuck up the zoning. You can't do it. By putting 100% luxury housing in a neighborhood where people can't afford it around here is fucking unrealistic. So that's my opinion about this stuff. Like I said, look, I like the guys. Ron's a good person. I fuck with Sarsour, and I said the reason I'm not going crazy because I respect Linda Sarsour, and I respect I respect Rana, and I respect Linda. So I respect those two. I'm not going at fucking Zohran. That's not my shit. Like, I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I'm not going crazy at fucking Zohran. Like, I could really care. I mean, he had the right to run for office. He has the right to fucking run. I respect him running. I believe he might, you never know. He might pull it off. You never know. I was like, don't count that man out. Do not, I want Cuomo to win, but to be real, like, do not count this man's everywhere. This man is fucking ubiquitous. He's everywhere. And this man is everywhere. And when somebody's everywhere, they get a lot of support to the point that he got so much support to where he can't get no more donation because he can split the money he got from public funding. I think he maxed out capital match funds and shit like that, and the private donations. He can't fundraise no more. He got to spend. He got to spend all the money. He's gonna spend everything. He's gonna ball out. He's gonna go all out. Even if he loses the primary, I think he's gonna lose the primary at like 4%. It's gonna be 52-40, 52-48. It's gonna be 52-48 or 50-46. He's gonna lose at 4%. He's gonna lose at a 4 or 2%. He's gonna lose at that mark. He's not gonna go less than 5. The margin of error, I believe, is gonna be less than 5%. That's my thing with Zohran. But you never know. Like I said, on election day, he might pull the upset. I hope he does well. There's only 23 days left in the race. You never know what this guy's gonna pull out the cat his arsenal. And like I said, I like the guy. He's a good guy. He's a great-hearted man. He mean to serve well. He mean to serve well, and he mean to serve well, and he mean to serve well. Like I said, it's just like that one thing that like it's like a fatal defect. I think it's kind of like for me. Until we have a conversation about that, like I said, it's a real conversation about the city-owned grocery stores means Zohran. About being Zohran is like the city-owned grocery stores is that, look, he's running a great campaign. I think it's the best campaign in 2020. I believe that Zohran's campaign is the best campaign of 2025. That's my honesty. I think it's the best ran campaign of 2025. The one thing that like Zohran's fucked up on, and if I knew, I say he should bought a videographer. He should bought a documentarian because if he like win or lose, this shit is something that's going to be studied. Like if the margin of error on election day is at let's say 5%, let's say he loses at 4% or 2% or 1%, that is going to be something where like it's going to be studied for a long time. It's going to be studied for a long time, and it's going to be something that the DSA work for. Like this is where we fucked up on. This is where we fucked up, and that's it. But I think the one thing that's going to really fuck him up is city-owned grocery stores. I think that a lot of people know his feelings about Palestine. He's a fucking Arab. He's a fucking Arab Muslim from I think from Morocco. I think he's from Uganda, a Ugandan, right, African guy. Of course, it's like he's gonna side with the Palestinians, shit like that. But it's just like I think the one thing, if he gets at 1%. The one thing that's going to really help fuck him a victory is with that the city-owned grocery stores. That's the one thing that's going to fuck him up. But other than that, I like his other policies. I like his shit. He's a good guy, and there's people that fuck with. So I respect him and not forget him like that. Like I said, other people, that's not my problem. I just did the document. That's it. So I'm gonna go in White Castle, get some 12 burgers. That's gonna fill me up, and that's it. White Castle. And by the way, if you watch the movie. If you watch the movie, it's called Harakuma Go White Castle or Harakuma Go White Castle 2. So I'm in White Castle right now. So White Castle, Utica. Sorry about that. So yeah, White Castle right here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And they got a fucking Coca-Cola machine. Yeah. Hello. Hi. Ready? Wait, yeah. Can I get some water, White Castle, please? The $4 special outside. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna get some White Castle. I'm hungry as fuck, and yeah, I had to go to the bank and but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, man. You know what I mean? So I got a 20 right here. So new allergies, protect yourself from scammers. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's fucking. See what time is it? So I think my phone about to die. So yeah, like I said, it's just you know what I mean? Like I said, just my opinions, and I said this is like nice at White Castle. The shit, the reason some of the shit they told people, we a lot of fucking assholes that come in here like hang out, nothing you can do. There's a bail reform, you can't do shit in here. They can't do anything. Hello. Can you do $4 special outside? $4 special? Outside, $4 special. 6 sliders, 4. Yeah. We need hamburgers. We need 2 orders. So that'll be like, what, $8 like that? How much?
One hamburger for $1?
Yeah, 2 orders. $2 order, right?
That's it?
Yeah. How much?
$12.35.
Let me get 2 orders. 2 orders. 2 orders. So it'll be 12. It'll be 2 orders. It'll be 8 something. It'll be two orders. I said 2 orders. 2 orders?
Oh, what?
The $4 special outside.
You remember that? You're in the 6 month.
571.
Wait, can you? There's 2 orders, right?
Alright. 2 orders of the 6 sauce for $4.08.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm about to log off, get some food. Take care. Later.